He's not out yet. He did open the door. There was a lot of front end damage to this minivan.
All right.
We're going to watch this play out, but look at the speed. Even when he backs up, he's backing up fast. He's hitting the gas.
All right, people. We have.
There are people out in front of.
Oh my God! He almost ran him over.
It looked like
He almost ran over that motorcycle. There's a crazy. So.
Yeah.
I think this is a counter protester. I wish I could re-rack what's going on here, people. This is a counter protester that's driving around downtown and is wreaking terror on any of these demonstrations that are happening in downtown right now. This person has driven through parks. He's gone through the masses. He hasn't ran anyone over, but this is an absolute madman right here who's like on sidewalks. Look at this. Now we might be on the wrong side of the highway. We have an absolute crazy person on the loose here. This is not a chase, but they're going to show a replay of what just happened here. And I wish I could have gone live like 5 minutes ago. This person is doing donuts in the middle of like thousands of people. His Dodge Charger got demolished.
At various times who have been aiming at people with this minivan. People have been throwing rocks and bricks and all kinds of things at him as he's gone through intersections. He was doing reverse donuts in an intersection and going.
And of course, I'm on my shitty fucking internet again.
He's going through these downtown
Damn it,
streets now.
guys! I'm gonna have to. It's gonna.
Of streets, some of them
to get back onto the good internet, it's gonna take me a minute to. It's gonna disconnect and it's gonna come back. Okay, so bear with me. Stay on the channel. I got to switch to the other internet because we're gonna be here a while. Did it come back?
And as Gabe mentioned, the LAPD is aware of him. They know that he's doing this, and they're going to try to. I don't know if they're going to try to get him. Who's going to be available to do it? We talked about the resources that have been stretched.
Let's see, am I back?
For the LAPD as they deal with the.
Sometimes it takes a minute.
In downtown LA.
We're back. Sorry about that, people.
To chase this guy, I don't think anyone is. At least
I have two internets, and I have to connect to this other internet. It's the only one that works with OBS. But we're back. There's a crazy Dodge Charger on the loose down here. It's not a chase because all the police are committed, obviously, to the demonstrations and the protests that are going on right now. This person right here, they're going to show us replays at some point of what he just did, doing donuts in the middle of thousands of people.
Well, again, if you're just joining us,
you'll see a replay here.
Our coverage of the demonstrations, the violence, the charges and counter charges by officials at the federal, state, and local level.
This is the guy that we're tracking right now. Not engaged in a chase. Here's the replay on the right side of the screen.
And the middle of that, of our reporting of that.
Hold on. Let me get rid of the.
Behaving very erratically in this minivan. We're not sure if he's either targeting the protesters or if he's one of them, but it appears.
It feels like a counter protester. He's shirtless. He's shirtless.
He doesn't have a shirt on. He's driving this minivan.
Kai in the chat just, oh my God, how many subs did you just, 10 tier 1 subs going out from Kaya. Sub-dubs in the chat.
Objects, no people that we know of yet, no vehicles that we know of yet, but it's only, I think, by sheer luck that hasn't happened.
All right, I'm going to get the alerts out. This is almost a chase. This is going to be a chase. This person is extremely dangerous, hovering around all of these protests, and it feels imminent that he's going to try and plow over all those people. He almost did it before.
We've seen situations.
This is not me. This is not my internet.
To almost purposefully hit other drivers, and that's the really scary part here. We are actually switching out helicopters, so you're going to see my picture in the helicopter that I'm in get a little further away, and we have our other air.
This is why we go with ABC in these spots, because they're bringing in the second chopper. Look at all those birds in the air at the top of your screen. Okay, second chopper's coming in.
Right, in addition to everything else that's happening. And just to recap, there were planned demonstrations this afternoon, beginning at 2 o'clock at LA City Hall.
Just give it a second, people. They should be able to hopefully find it.
This afternoon and into the early part of the evening at the federal complex, the federal building.
I hope they don't lose it because they're switching the chopper.
From LA City Hall.
Lose that silver Dodge Charger.
Merged this afternoon into about 1,000 people and growing as the day wore on. And that came amid word, of course, that the National Guard.
KCal's got it?
That were activated.
Give me a second. Give me a second.
The Trump administration.
Let me get to KCal.
were moving into Los Angeles to, in his words, restore law and order. The LAPD has been dealing with this and responding. The LA County Sheriff's Department has been dealing with this.
Oh, yes, KCAL's got it.
Law enforcement movement, at least toward that area. Let's see if it makes a significant difference moving forward. Lauren, in the meantime, over on the left side of your screen here, we're still keeping an eye on that minivan because it's been going in this sort of...
It's going in a circle here, right?
Yeah.
They're circling.
There's
back
the man.
to
There's the
Olvera
Dodge
Street
Charger.
now.
Well, it has moved
On left side of the screen, left side of the screen.
further east, so they're actually kind of over like, nearest like Mariachi Plaza. So we did get away from where the
hard left turn.
But look at this.
Yeah.
This is nuts.
He's in a chase with himself at the moment.
And law enforcement already has their hands full in this.
It's a
area.
Dodge Charger, chat. I'm sorry to break that to you.
So at
That
this
is in
point, we're
fact a
just
Dodge
hoping
Charger.
that they stay away
I don't know if we're going to be able to get a
from people
replay
that
and show you what he
going
just did if you're just
through
joining us.
intersections
What this
here.
car... Oh my god, oh, it directed the intersection. We spin out. Get back into the double box, KCAL. Get out of the double box.
And,
Oh, he almost fishtailed into the intersection there.
keep our eye on
There's
that.
people in the
We don't know who this
crosswalk.
person is, but we did see them head over towards Olvera Street, where they then went into the park. They're now in the East LA area.
This madman driving
It
around.
was a very dangerous situation. Some of those demonstrators. even
God, I wish I could
tried
find those
to
replays.
Chase after it.
Y'all get, see these donuts that he was pulling off.
Throwing items at the minivan as well. I mean, that's what a few...
That was really
More subs from Kai.
Yeah,
Jesus,
and
Kai.
flip the bike
How many
over.
subs did you just drop in here? 20?
It looked like the person on the bike was
Sub dubs in the chat for Kai.
Fall after
Say his
that
name.
was at Union Station. Like that was in the drop-off area of Union Station. Now, yeah, we're in like the Boyle Heights area here at Savannah and First Street. You see that school? I believe that's Roosevelt.
Yeah,
High
well,
School.
ABC was switching
Right
choppers.
beneath it. Now, we had
ABC
seen
was
the van
switching-
come down
switching
the street
choppers, and I
here
bet they lost
and
him.
then stopped
And I think KCAL might have
around
just lost him
that
too.
tree.
Look at this. KCAL's tapping into, that's Gil Levis in the air. Or no, that's KTLA's feed in the bottom left corner. I didn't know they could license different networks. I could tell by the graphics.
I don't think they're even aware of that situation. Did they park plank?
Yeah, they're back. It's that last car right there on
Okay.
the side of the street. You can tell because it's got such significant front end damage there.
Yeah, this is either the second or third time now that we've seen it just come to a full stop before. We'll see what it does here, but the last
Oh,
couple
there's the guy.
times.
So he's walking back. He'd gotten out.
Oh, he's out.
He was shirtless, or he still is shirtless.
He's going back to the, oh God. I don't think they're allowed to come out of the double box. That's not their feed. That's KCAL, that's KTLA's feed.
And you don't know, is he angry, with the protest?
Under the
Is he
influence.
under
Right.
the influence? Is he just not?
Let me see if I can find a replay from
is he
ABC
having a
7.
mental health episode? We don't know. We're keeping our eye on that, but then on the other side, you're seeing sparks come from that large fire there outside.
Y'all gotta see this
LAPD
shit.
headquarters. We saw a massive amount of.
Oh, there's
patrol
boots on the
cars
ground
all the way
video.
down there, but,
That just got
I don't know
published.
if you
Hold
can
on.
hear me, Lauren. Are officers making their way to that area, or did they go ahead and stage somewhere else?
Oh shit. Oh shit, here. Wait, I'll keep it here and then I'll show you the replay.
But I can tell you that here.
I don't want to lose until
I
this
don't-
this is
I'm not
resolved.
sure
I'll show you the
about that, but
replay
I can
after
tell
this
you
is
that tear gas
resolved.
has been deployed. We can feel it again in our throats. Not as
He's out of the
intense as last
vehicle.
night, but definitely you can taste it.
Is he switching? He's switching vehicles. Yeah, that's his other car. He has another vehicle.
Connected right now.
Paul Walker challenge here.
Oh, wow.
We're witnessing a Paul Walker challenge, not in a police chase.
He would give you a few minutes if you need it. It's just this keeps getting stranger and stranger, really, with on the left side of your screen with this minivan. Mike, you're saying he was switching cars? Is that what we're looking
Yeah.
at
So,
right now?
so the van, and I don't know what he's doing, but so you got the van. Oh, here comes.
Oh, they're coming up on him. Oh God.
Okay.
Oh, instant.
Well, that's the best thing that could have happened.
Wow.
It truly is.
In
He was talking to
code
some
4 on
guys
this
there,
one.
And they have come to or put him under arrest here, or at least detain him. Mike, for a moment there, he did turn the lights on a
Holy
different
code
SUV.
4.
We thought he was gonna get in
I wonder
that.
how they
It looked
found
like he
him.
got in
Probably
back
through
of the
the
van,
news
took out what looked like a
through the
coat or
news
something
channel
that he was
coverage.
Kind of waving off, and then he walked over to what looked like a white SUV and started to get into that one and turn the headlights on, like he was about to go, get into that car. Thank goodness this is sheriff's deputies that came in here and are able to take him into custody now.
Yeah, the
You know,
the
at least
one
this
time
comes
we
to,
the one
to an
time
end
we
here,
actually
and especially
were able
in a
to
situation
arrest
that could have been cataclysmically
the police
worse.
chase guy. He wasn't even in an actual
For
chase.
this, these last half
The
an hour,
last
these
4 have
30
gotten
minutes or so.
away on
Let's go back to
stream.
Lauren right now because we're
This
obviously
is not
monitoring two
over, people.
situations,
Even though this
one
is code
between
4,
this
they're going to
one
go
and the
back
other
to the
one.
scene.
Lauren, you were saying that tear gas was being deployed, not quite as intense as last night, but what's the situation like right now?
We kind of got the drift of it, the aftermath of it, wherever it was deployed. I couldn't tell you where it was, but you could just taste it in the air. I'm assuming it was a block up from where we are. I didn't hear it or see it, but I can taste it, and my eyes are watering.
Is this the
again.
only angle that
Nothing
K-Cal
is the
had?
level as I experienced last
Fucking
night.
K-Cal, man.
I can tell you that fire is still
Here.
burning, and there's a lot.
God, fucking K-Cal. All right. Hold on. We're going to do this. I'm going to show you the replay of what I was talking about before first, and then we'll go back to the coverage here in a second. Let me get this I bookmarked the died. Okay. Died suddenly. News. Okay. Here's the here's the give me a second here. Let me just make it a little bigger. I think you're just gonna have to deal with this, unfortunately. Okay, here we go. Silver Dodge Charger in the middle of the, it's coming. It's in the distance over there. There's the donuts. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, look at him throwing all that stuff at the van. Charger. Okay. Let's go back to the feed.
Before that, in the LA riots of 1992, people were arrested a year later, some of them, for actions that were taken during that civil unrest period because they were caught on video, and video even more prevalent now. So you can expect a lot of people who think they got away with things tonight are going to find out that they have not. LA Mayor Karen Bass. Oh yeah, go ahead, Bruce.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just going to ask. I don't know if Air 7 HD can pull in over by City Hall, but it appears that the sheriff's mobile field force is doing some sort of operation by City Hall, possibly pushing a crowd further away.
Okay.
I saw some of their trucks and some of them launching less lethal and flashbang.
Okay, let's take a look. What you're looking at here, these are highway patrol vehicles that are kind of securing that bridge over, I believe that's a bridge over the 101 freeway. Let's go get closer to
The
City
101
Hall
got
if we
shut down
can,
earlier.
and see if what Bruce is mentioning is actually happening. That would be a mutual aid situation, and we're going to see if there is a skirmish line. We see that fire, the dumpster fire that is there. Maybe are they forming around that to try to move these people out? Let's tilt down a little bit with the camera and see what we're looking at. All right, well, we just saw that appears to be fireworks that are being launched in some way by people against the officers. I do not see a skirmish line here, but let's take a look and see if there are other indications of a mutual aid response by the LA County Sheriff's Department that would help to clear these intersections and get some of these people out that are up to no good out here setting fires and the like. So we're going to keep an eye on that. Bruce, thanks for the tip. We're going to look for
All right.
it. In the meantime, we want to tell you what the mayor has been saying, speaking earlier today about
See if
the
I can
need for
find
these
the
protests to
ABC
be peaceful.
replay. The YouTube channel won't let me YouTube channel won't let me rewind back to the ABC had by far the best angle of that
First of all, I think
that chase.
protests need to be
Hold on. Let's see.
Younger
Yes.
people that are kind of just coming in here trying to get into that Chevron station. You know, when we first got over this, the lights were still on in that Chevron station.
Yeah,
They have now turned them off.
Right.
And I'm hoping those employees have, you know, at least left that area, because that is a very dangerous situation.
And gotten to safety just because of everything else that's been going on, and it just seems like every time, you know, there's some progress made on moving a crowd or dispersing a crowd and shifting them into a different direction, it just the next bout of chaos just moves to whatever next available space there is. Even getting to a point now, as Leslie mentioned, from LAPD Central Division, where you have the entirety of downtown LA declared an unlawful assembly, and here we are. It just gets pushed out.
Yeah, what we were just seeing from SkyCal was, you know, they still have the southbound lanes of the 101 shut down there at the 110, but what we were seeing is that they finally were able to tow away those CHP cars, that were stuck there, that had been destroyed by people.
And really quickly, guys, you know, this is, you know, it's local to us, but this is being, you know, on a national stage at the moment, and even an international stage. And, you know, our viewers are watching, the president is watching, President Donald Trump, tweeting, on Truth Social saying, looking really bad in LA, bring in the troops. He's also referencing Chief Jim McDonald's press conference saying,
Oh, here we go. I think I found it.
LAPD chief just stated the protesters are getting very much more aggressive, and that he would, quote, have to reassess the situation, end quote, as it pertains to bringing in the troops. He should, right now, don't let these thugs get away with this. Make America great again. And again, that is what President Donald Trump posted on Truth Social.
And to give context to that, Chief Jim McDonald.
It's only 40 seconds long, though.
Specifically, he was asked, you know, do we need the National Guard? Does your department need the National Guard? And he said,
Who keeps Kai? Is that Kai? That's 10 more subs.
Right.
God damn, man. That's like 50 subs from Kai in this chat.
Governor, it would have given us.
You're too generous,
you know,
Kai.
an upper
Everyone's
hand
going to become
on the
too reliant on
protesters,
you.
But right now,
Here, give me a
they are
second. I'm
here
gonna
to
look up
secure
the,
federal property.
Yeah.
So when things like this happen on our city streets, they're not out here.
Right, because they're not under the command of the governor.
No.
They're under the command of the federal government. They've been activated by U.S. Northern Command. But then it goes back. We have to go back to what the governor and Mayor Bass have said was that we don't need the National Guard.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's this ever-evolving kind of thing where the chief was asked about that and said, sure, they could help. But you have the mayor and the governor saying we don't
All
need
right.
them.
One
but
more
we can't have
attempt
them
to
want them
try
because
and
they're not
find
under control of
this.
the government.
And he specifically cited the sort of the communication chain, right? That there would be multiple agencies working with each other.
I wish I could rewind. The ABC won't let me rewind their live stream.
Determine who needs help where and how to properly assess the situation. And except in this case, it was directly from the federal government, directly from President Trump to say, okay, the National Guard has been federalized, and that's why it's over there, and now it's up to local law enforcement to deal with the situations that we're monitoring as we speak.
Yeah, he really said if it would have been deployed by the governor,
All right.
they would be able
Let's go
to
with this
go
one.
to
Give me a second.
50% deployment, which means 50% of the department would address this situation. The other 50% would go and address what's the
Normal
crime
business,
happening, on our streets. And then they would go into mutual aid with the sheriff's department. But because it did not come from the local level up, they are not able to do that.
Right, and
Essentially, they have to treat this as a situation
On
that
their own kind of thing.
that they're on their own.
And we've already talked about the difficulties of the lines of communication between federal and local and state government.
Yeah.
It's not
Damn it,
existent,
it's like a
really.
quad
Supervisor
box.
Vaughn told us she has not spoken with the federal government at all. You know, we heard from the chief, who sounds like they did have a meeting with a bunch of federal officials as we watched this person try to remove this planter from the tree. I don't know if they're trying to break off more slabs of concrete. You can see some pretty big ones there in the middle of the screen, but it's anything that these guys can get their hands on. We've seen park benches, we've seen trees, we've seen all kinds of things being thrown, and now they're going to try to burn the tree, I guess. Yeah.
They're just gonna put it into that dumpster there.
While we keep an eye on this, we want to go back to Lauren Posen as well, who's keeping an eye on her situation going on right now. Lauren, what are you seeing? What can you tell us about this fire right here?
Yeah, well, Gio, to me it looks like it's getting bigger. The flames are definitely getting bigger, and the smoke I've seen.
Oh, that's when he went through
as
the
well, too.
intersection.
Within the last like 5 minutes, there was this huge firework explosion. I don't know if we were rolling on it. If we were, they might be able to play it back for you. It was right over in the back of City Hall. Hang on.
Man, I can't believe there's no
Okay.
video of this anywhere. I'm looking, man.
It was just one after another green fireworks.
That's
that
like the
went
best
off,
video I
over
can
here.
find from the minivan.
And here comes a patrol car going through. Assume he's going that way where the fire is. My executive producer wanted me to paint a little bit of a picture in terms of the graffiti down here. Unfortunately, we can't show it to you because there's a lot of bad language, but I can tell you that nearly every single, well, here goes some more patrol cars here. 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. And they're going the opposite direction.
The entire channel is going to be reliant on
Back to graffiti,
Kion's
nearly
subs
every
now.
single building downtown is coated in graffiti. From
He's not going to supply you guys
City
forever.
Hall, the side we were on is okay, but leading
Oh,
up to
here it
City
is,
Hall,
5 minutes,
the
43
buildings
seconds.
down there, of course, the detention center. Just very. There's a lot of
Oh, I got it,
profanity
finally.
being used. The sidewalks also have graffiti on them as well. It is a mess downtown. It is a mess.
Oh,
There's
finally,
trash all
okay.
over. There's glass. There's just it just looks it looks like a hurricane came through and just kind of lifted everything up off the ground and then dumped it on the ground. That's how messy it looks. And then you have the graffiti. It looks like graffiti row when you look at the federal buildings. And there we go. Another. I'm gonna call that a firework again.
Oh, he's throwing shit. All right, this is the best video I can find. Give me a second.
Fireworks going off over there. Do you guys want to wrap me? I don't know if you want to say something or that's what it's like down here.
No, because Lauren, the other thing too I noticed there with and there's another one that's going off right in your live shot. It's just, you see, and just across the screen there, it's one person just walking about, going about their night, and then a group of people really congregated toward that fire, just seemingly scattering for a moment before then coming back. It just sort of seems like it's chaos for chaos' sake, as opposed to, and we sort of expect.
Here, I'm going to download the video.
Darker and later into the evening, and, who knows what's
Gray
gonna happen.
Charger.
We've seen multiple fires and a lot of different pockets of chaos happen around the area, even as an unlawful.
Okay. I don't know what this video is going to entail, but let's just hope it's nothing crazy. Add media source. Gray Charger. I'm downloading some video from Twitter, so someone could be saying some crazy shit on top of it. Just a FYI. Somebody's bootleg video of the... I'll cut it if it's bad. Okay, here we go.
All right, here we go. Now let's watch it here. Let's watch it here. Let's watch it here. You see? Someone's gonna get hurt. I keep telling you.
Here, I'll just solve the problem by eliminating the audio. This was the Gray Charger. Here we go. Look at the speed, man. He almost swerved right there. He almost ran over. Almost fishtailed God knows how many times. Almost hit that dude in the crosswalk. And now this is where you look at this. It's got those like little cement roadblocks. Now he's in the middle of a park, a campus, something, a square. We're just... Ah! The person... Person's just walking around, had to get out of the way. I don't know where this is in downtown. Now he's stuck. Now, oh my God, man. Those little cement podiums, roadblocks. There's people everywhere in the street. He's doing like 50. There's another crosswalk. Through the red light, through traffic, people barreling out of the way. Now he's backing up. Now he's backing up into it. What the hell? Now we're in reverse. We're just in reverse. We're in straight reverse. I didn't see this part. ABC did not get there in time to show us this. Now we're out of the vehicle. We're moving a dumpster. We're failing to move the dumpster. We are back in the vehicle. We are in drive. We're on the wrong side of the road. This, you guys realize why I say downtown LA's? Oh, look at the masses of people descending upon him. Is this World War Z? They're chasing him. Look at all these people chasing him. Trying to get up to the. What's he trying to do to the driver's side window? Look at all this shit they're throwing at him. Dude, that was a swarm. Fucking I Am Legend zombies chasing after you. Oh my God. Okay, and now we're back to driving around. There's 7 minutes of footage here. Yeah, this guy, it is code 4 at some point. And we're off, and we're hitting that gas pedal. We're through a stop sign. Holy shit. Through another stop sign. Is this when he drives away? Parks. Still driving like a madman. Is that Union Station? They shut down the 101. They shut down most of the trains, they said. This has to be the end, right? Oh no, this is when he went. This is right when we picked up coverage. He's on a ramp. All right, I think this is it. It's so hard keeping up with all the different news channels and their angles. Like ABC, I was watching ABC. They were a little late to this. All right. I think that was the end. I just wanted to show a replay of the full what we missed because I was trying to go live on ABC and it was a little delayed compared to clearly KTLA had it all.
I can't stress that enough. A mess and a very dangerous situation.
Yeah, Lauren, because you have so many people, you're commenting on the number of folks with dogs and everything else. We've seen a number of them walking their dogs, and in some cases, when we were drawing attention earlier to the minivan that was going awry and a driver being incredibly reckless around the area, there were people walking their dogs and going about their night as normal, and that's blending into the situation that we're all monitoring, which is lines and rows of law enforcement established on street corners and on intersections, and then protesters that are nowhere near the size of what we saw when it was earlier in the afternoon near the 101 and the overpass and everything else, but still being incredibly disruptive in these pockets, even as LAPD and other law enforcement start, declaring unlawful assemblies and moving people out. You're seeing it right there, Lori's seeing it, and it's just, it keeps creeping up.
Laker parades that get out of hand, all the way to the unrest of 1992 and the George Floyd unrest that took place, and the rioting and the vandalism that took place there, to what we're seeing tonight. There's different ranges, but over the years they've learned different things and different tactics with regard to crowd control.
This is downtown LA.
From a training standpoint, are the police, these two different agencies?
LA is so far away too.
Agency, about crowd control. How much training do officers get? How much tactical experience would you expect some of these deputies to have? And how is that brought to bear?
Well, there's quite a bit of training that takes place. There's in the Police Post Academy Learning Domain 24 has to do with disturbances. That's the initial training. Deputy personnel get a lot of the emergency response team training in the custodial environment. And then again, when they go to patrol school, get a little dose of it again. And then recurrent training in field operations, and especially when big events will be coming up. Like
all of downtown is like this right now.
Or a presidential election, or things that Intel tells us that.
It's pretty much like this, not as bad as this, but it's downtown LA is not the safest place in the world. I'll tell you that much. I do not frequent. I stay in South Park area and I go to games, and then you get in the car and you get the hell out of there.
Stations will make sure that their personnel, they have their helmets and their face shields that are in good working order, and have all their flex cups and mass booking.
How far is this? I'm like, I'd say I'm 45 minutes to an hour.
The mobile field force has to get together and come together. Most police cars, deputies.
LA is so big that it could take you 2.5 hours to get from one part of LA to the other.
Until situations like this come together, where there's just too many. And because we are outnumbered, we have to come together in what we call a mobile field force, basically a well-choreographed drill team. A smaller group of people being able to intervene in a bigger group of people, incorporating a variety of formations.
All right, well, I'm getting a little sleepy.
Tactics, declaring a lawful assembly.
No more chase.
Teams, staging areas, mobile bookings, and a variety of things. Cameras, recording them. Securing county buildings, county courthouses, hospitals.
Miss Jordan says I walk downtown all the time. Godspeed.
Run a city, and that are needed even after this protest.
I wish you the best of luck.
And also protect themselves. You don't want to get too deep in a big mob of people and not have the wherewithal to extract yourself. Additionally, with the you need to know what the commander's intent is. How do we want this thing to look like when we're done with this thing?
Right. And we talked earlier about the fine line between provocation and enforcement, between getting the job done of getting the people who are causing problems off the street, arresting them, moving the crowd out, versus.
There's a reason why this has not stretched to Koreatown. Go look up the history of LA riots in Koreatown.
It was because a man named Marquette Fry was stopped.
They don't play there, not anymore.
For a DUI. And a crowd gathered around the arresting officers, and one of them shoved a woman, and that became.
What is going on over here?
Said that they had shoved a pregnant
Every
woman to the
intersection's
ground,
like
and
blocked
that is
off
how,
with
that
sirens
began
everywhere.
In 1965, started at 113th and Avalon, I believe, and. So there's they're out there to do the job.
Is the 101 open? Oh, it is open.
You can
That's an overpass of the 101.
When you're out there doing crowd control, how do you prevent that sort of a provocation from happening that might inflame the crowd further?
Well, I was only 3 at that time, but we're not there. We don't want to start the very riot we're trying to prevent. But there was obviously a lot of other tensions in the community back then, because just one shove of one person should not have sparked off a whole riot back in '65. So there's other things that are beyond what the officers were doing.
All right. I think this is going to be the end of the stream. No more chases. I mean, there will be a chase at some point that spawns from this, but it's just going to be short-lived. All right, friends. Well, crazy night here in LA. They didn't even start showing the finals game until like 5 minutes before tip-off. This has been going on for a couple of days now. Downtown LA is just madness. Complete madness. It's always madness, but even more so tonight. All right, I'm going to sign off. It's been a pleasure, my friends. Thanks to Kai for all the subs. Everyone shoot him a thank you for being so generous. You guys keep subbing, we keep streaming. Till next time, I will see you guys on the time. All those Waymos are burned. Look at all those Waymos, man. Those Waymos are torched. 4 Waymos, all torched right there. Crazy. All right, boys. Deuces.